Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Good to be with you guys. Again, it is a couple of minutes to the close on a Wednesday night. The only thing that is hotter than this market right now is the weather. So 100 degrees right now, again in the Northeast. It's going to drop like 25 degrees tomorrow. But this is how crazy the market is, and this is how crazy the weather is. If you could be so kind, guys, take a moment out, support the channel, and I will continue, right? I'll continue to hopefully bring you guys a lot of value. So let's talk about the good, the bad, and the what the hell just happened, okay? Let's start off with the good, right? Semiconductors are going really, really well, right? We talked about Nvidia yesterday. Nvidia highest close in this whole formation yesterday. Massive breakout today, or massive continuation breakout today. Really aggressive call buyers. If you guys remember in the last couple of days, they were coming in for the 48s, 49s, and the 50s. Now short-term expiration, they were coming for the July and the August for 160s. Very powerful, right? Really aggressive move. And, you know, it's not just Nvidia, right? AMD has been on an absolute tear. Matter of fact, if you look at the SMHs, just going nuts, right? That is literally powering up the market, and it's very strong. You go through the whole group, you'll see pretty much the same thing. Avago, all these stocks are holding up, right? That's the good. Semiconductors are on fire, right? Where's the bad? Okay, well, it all depends who you ask. If you guys remember in last night's video, we discussed one of the stocks. I forgot if we discussed CRWV as well. But if you look at today's pivots, and again, we'll get to the what the hell is going on in a second. CRWV, I think we talked about it last night, right? Let's start off with CRCL, right? CRCL, I even told you guys the price of CRCL, what it needed to confirm its backside move. Yesterday, it cracked below the 230-240s. And here again, here's our notes. We talked about this in last night's video. I even gave you guys the price. First crack yesterday, 217 is 5-day support. Circle opened up. It was up like 8 points pre-market, right? Up pre-market. It lost all its pre-market gains. It cracked the 217. And, you know, again, this is why technical analysis is good. You have 5-day. If it breaks the 5-day, it can see 180. 180 is the rising 10-day support. A buyer came in for the 200 weekly puts, $600,000 premium. Again, here it was CRCL. It lost the 5-day moving average of 217. It's now a couple of minutes to the close. It is breaking down to this 198 lows of the day. And this is kind of where I'm getting that 180 next measured potential, right? CRWV, again, congratulations for all you guys who are in CRWV as well. Again, I think we talked about CRWV in last night's video. Oh yeah, we did, because I called it a copycat type of copycat sort of scenario. So you got CRWV, right? It followed CRCL. It lost yesterday's range of 71.23, and now it's about to lose the 159 level. Why is 159 important? Because CRWV 159 is last week's lows, or actually this week's lows, and now it's cracking below the 10-day moving average. Any close now below 159, as you can see here, it's trading at 159 right now. There's room all the way down to this 149, 150 level. So CRWV, for all you guys who are holding the runner, keep holding it, guys. Keep holding it. You have next measure potential all the way down to 148, 149. HIMS just broke. HIMS just broke. We talked about HIMS in last night's video. It just took down the 3-day range here, 4184, right? 4184. Again, these are all pivots here. HIMS inside day from selling 4184. If it builds below, can flush. HIMS, right? Here's HIMS right now. It's about to take out the low of the day, trading at 41.40s. Any close below 41.80. Then you have the next spot coming in for the 39.60s. A buyer came in for not one buyer, multiple buyers came in for the August 40 puts. So you can see here your next measure potential is all the way down to 39.60. So definitely keep an eye on HIMS for more downside. Okay. What else? What else did we have today? Intel didn't confirm. We'll get to Tesla in a second. Oracle didn't confirm. Owen didn't confirm. Nice move on PLTR. 144.86 last week's highs. Needs to confirm. At one point, PLTR ran up about $3 from the pivot, right? Ran up about $3 from the pivot. Took out the 44.80s. Traded up to 47.60s. Almost a $3 pop before a pretty aggressive reversal. Let's forget about all that, right? I want to talk about Tesla. So my game plan on Tesla, right? So my game plan on Tesla for the last couple of days, in case you've been living under a rock, Tesla had an incredible $30 move 2 days ago, right? So it had amazing move 2 days ago. Launch of its Robotaxi, got out of a 2-week range, put up a $30 move, correct? Put up a $30 move. So my plan was to go long at the 5-day moving average, right? Go long at the 5-day moving average. Again, the 5-day moving average represents short-term sentiment. What I talked about in last night's video was there is a shot that it comes back and retests this breakout level on this 34.35 level. You see it got above the 611 highs. So my plan was to kind of get the washout, right? To kind of get the washout between 35 and like 32, okay? To get that washout, because I believed it was going to stop in one of these series of moving averages. And what happened was I got long. My average cost was like 33.80s, I believe, 33.80s. And I tell you one thing, I've seen a lot of things, right? I've seen a lot of things happen. I've seen a lot of aggressive sellers, but I've witnessed today firsthand one of the more aggressive selling I can remember. And I bought the bottom channel here, so I thought, right? It never bounced. I wound up losing around 370 on the trade. It hurt a little bit. I'm not gonna fret like it didn't. It hurt a little bit, but obviously, as soon as it couldn't hold, I got out opening range lows, and obviously that was the right thing to do because it went down another 10 points. And the moral of the story is here. I'm always never afraid to test levels. Okay. I'm never afraid to test levels, but it's very, very odd. Okay. Extremely, extremely odd that the stock will not only bounce off the first level, not only bounce off the second level, surely sell is going to bounce off the third. It went through 4 rising supports like it wasn't even there. And that was very, very scary. It felt like there was somebody in a forced liquidation. Okay, that's at least what it felt like to me. Obviously, I wasn't going to sit around and ask questions. Once it lost that opening range, and I saw it couldn't hold the 5 and the 10-day moving average, I was out of it. Right, so it doesn't sound like a lot, but it was a decent hickey. It was a decent hickey. I was able to recover some. I was able to recover some on CRWV and blah blah blah. But it was a pretty good ding. But the most important part, right? The most important part of kind of what we're looking at here is now what happens next, right? What happens next here? They're starting to pull a lot of the aggressive high flyers. Does that mean it's going to be a reflection on the whole market? A little bit too early to tell. I think that's a very, very important part. But now I will definitely be watching in the next couple of days for a potential bottom. Again, the fact that somebody wanted to liquidate so aggressively and went through 4 support zones is never a good thing. So I definitely want to keep an eye. Maybe not for tomorrow, right? Maybe not for tomorrow. Maybe it gets a dead cat bounce, but it's something I definitely want to pay attention to. Let me give you guys some names that I am definitely watching for tomorrow. Sticking with the semiconductor group, SMCI. This is a very, very long distribution, really long distribution. They started coming for the July and the August 50 and 51 calls. We saw some 50 weeklies come in today. I want to definitely keep an eye on it, especially if these stocks continue to act strong. I'm definitely keeping an eye on SMCI. Uber is having a rest day today, inside day, as you can see here. Basically down 75 cents after being up like literally like $8-9 yesterday. I want to see if this thing consolidates for the next couple of days and has another run. Obviously, CRWV more downside, HIMS more downside, CRCL more downside. Guys, watch this recent IPO, CHYM. Right? Keep an eye on this thing. If this thing starts building above today's channels, keep an eye on this thing. Buyers came in today for the August $45 calls. Now, why is that important? Because that's the IPO highs. You never know, right? With these IPOs, some of these things could go up one day, some of these things could go other days, and some of these things potentially could turn into CRWV or potential CRCL. So you never know, right? You never know, but you always have to be ready. Keep an eye on this thing for tomorrow. If it starts building above today's channels, maybe this thing could really, really wake up. You're getting that expansion channel volume that we always talk about, so definitely keep an eye on that. But the most important part is, folks, again, this is a wild market. I'm pretty good at gauging market sentiment, right? I'm pretty good at gauging market sentiment. I believe wholeheartedly in technical analysis, but sometimes, man, when there's a motivated seller, right? When there's a motivated seller in the crowd, and, once in a while, you will get that really great, I don't want to use the word liquidating, but that's kind of what it felt like. And again, I've always said this for years and years and years. If you're going to be a professional trader, you need to learn to win like a professional. You need to learn how to lose like a professional. But the most important thing is short memory, move on. Tomorrow's the next day. Guys, God bless everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. With God's help, I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.